He was shot in the head and still refused to let go of the controls. This is War Mind, and what you're about to hear might change how you see everything. July 26, 1943, over the North Sea, 120 B-17 flying fortresses punched through the clouds, bound for Germany. Inside one of them, Ruthie II. Co-pilot Lieutenant John Morgan sits beside his best friend, Captain Robert Campbell. They're flying into hell, and they don't even know it yet. Then, a voice cuts through the radio. Bandits. 12 o'clock high. A lot of them. Morgan turns. Ahead, the sky explodes with movement. 150 German fighters, FW-190s and BF-109s, screaming toward them like a swarm of wasps. This isn't just an attack, it's a massacre in motion. Subscribe to War Mind and never look at war the same way again. Guns open up. The air fills with tracers, thunder, and fire. In the top turret, Staff Sergeant Tire Weaver locks onto the first enemy. On the right cheek gun, Lieutenant Keith Kosk fires desperately. Bandits at 1 o'clock fire. Then, impact. A 20mm shell tears into the cockpit. Weaver screams, his left shoulder obliterated, and then silence. From Campbell, Morgan turns, and his blood runs cold. His best friend, Captain Robert Campbell, is slumped in his seat. A single bullet has torn through his skull. He's not moving. Morgan's voice cracks. The captain is hit, but I got this. He grips the yoke. He has to hold formation, but then the controls jerk. The plane banks hard to the left. Morgan fights it and looks over. Campbell is awake. His eyes are open. His hands are on the yoke. But he's not there. A shattered skull. Bleeding brain. No hearing. No comprehension. Just instinct. And instinct is killing them. Campbell yanks the plane out of formation. Morgan shouts, "Bob, hold formation. We're dead if we're on our own." No answer. More German fighters roar in. Campbell throws the B-17 into another violent turn, the wrong way. In the nose, Kosk sees Weaver collapse, his arm gone, blood everywhere. Weaver, stay with me. But Weaver knows the truth. He points at himself. Then, at the hatch, he wants to jump. Kosk hesitates, jumping at 20,000 feet. No guarantee of survival, no promise the Germans will pick him up. But it's the only chance. Behind them, the intercom dies. Oxygen lines rupture. The rear gunners are dying slowly, suffocating in silence. And in the cockpit, Morgan makes a decision. He reaches for Campbell. "Give me the controls, sir." Campbell punches him in the face. This isn't war. This is a man fighting a ghost. Morgan tries to pull Campbell away and gets a fist to the jaw again and again. Blood fills Morgan's mouth. A tooth spits out. He is being beaten by a dying man. A man who doesn't even know he is alive. But Morgan sees it. In the chaos, Campbell stops flying. With the last of his strength, Morgan grabs the yoke and pulls the bomber back into formation. At the nose, Kosk shoves the barely conscious Weaver out into the void, praying the parachute opens. It does. Behind them, the rear gunners collapse, one by one, into unconsciousness. Only the ball turret gunner remains, firing into the blur of enemy planes. And then, silence, the Germans break off. But the nightmare isn't over. Flak. Ahead, the sky erupts in black puffs, anti-aircraft fire. Morgan fights to keep the plane steady, pinned Campbell writhing beneath him. No intercom, no way to signal the bombardier. But the bombardier sees the target. He doesn't need orders. Bombs away, the B-17 lurches upward, lighter by 10,000 pounds. Mission complete? Now, just survive. German fighters return, braving their own flak to hunt the wounded fortresses. The Ruthie II has no rear guns, no oxygen, no crew in the back. Morgan thinks they're all gone. But then, the English Channel appears. Home. Kosk stumbles to the cockpit. What he sees is beyond belief. Blood, bruises, a co-pilot battered, but alive. And Campbell, still strapped in, still fighting. Help me get him off, Morgan pleads. It takes 30 minutes to remove the unconscious captain. Morgan lands the plane, the most damaged B-17 to ever return. All the crew survive, except one. Robert Campbell, the man who flew a plane after death had already claimed him, dies 1 hour after touchdown. And Weaver, he survived the jump, became a POW, lived to 74. Morgan, awarded the Medal of Honor, not for bravery in battle, but for refusing to let a dying friend become a killer. What does it mean to lead, to fight, to be human, in the middle of wars in humanity? This wasn't just a battle in the sky, it was a war inside the cockpit. And one man, broken, bleeding, blind, still believed he was flying his crew home. Thanks for watching Warmind, where history isn't just told, it's felt.